Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I thought I'd show you how my grapevines are faring. Last year I did a video in front of them and was lamenting my lack of grapes. And then I pruned the heck out of it. And this year I didn't touch it and tons of grapes. So, okay, this is my trial and error gardening. So I thought I'd get you guys up to date on the status of my grapes. All right. Well, anyway, what I wanted to read on also was a subject that is not so wonderful or joyful. However, can I say that? I don't know. Tylee and JJ. So this is Lori Vallow's kids, and actually Tylee is doing just fine, and so is JJ, but they had a very tragic end. So I wanted to do a follow-up. I did a reading for Patreon on this before, and I just wanted to do a follow-up. I had realized they were gone when I did that reading, but now more details have come out, and unfortunately, they were killed by Alex, their uncle, Chad, Daybell. You know, it's a little foggy about exactly who did what at this point, but there was this doomsday cult issue. And now Chad Daybell's in jail and Lori Vallow's in jail. And their uncle is dead, so he's gone. But it's just a very sad situation. I read with a patron on this recently who is also quite a medium herself, and that's why it's fresh in my mind. So I thought I would read a little bit and ask Tylee if she has anything she'd like to say. The thing is, her mother accused her of being a zombie. They had this idea that the cult was interested in near-death experiences and interested in all kinds of things, but thought that people could be possessed by zombies, and the only way to free their soul was to kill them, was for them to die, actually. And when people seemed to turn on them, or their relationship with them was ruined, they tend to say they were zombies. So I did see Tylee very unhappy that her mother would call her a zombie, and I saw that the day before the report came out that the friend knew Tylee, could hear Tylee saying, "No, not me. I'm not a zombie. Not me, Mom. I'm not a zombie." And when her mom accused her of being a zombie, so let me see what Tylee has to say about this, because I think there's information she wants to share. So I do ask Tylee to just use the cards. We have the Seven of Coins. So she wants more press. We have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Hermit. So in other words, she does have a message to give, because remember, our Hermit comes up when a spirit has a message to give us, or Source has a message for us. She does have a message to give, and she is talking to people about it. And we have the Seven of Coins. She still feels like there's somebody not safe, is what I'm getting there. She wants it in the press. She wants people to dig more. I do believe she has messages, like she sent a Facebook message to a friend. There's information that's out there that she wrote that people may find, perhaps a diary too, you never know. But there is information she has to someone on social media that could be helpful in illuminating what was going on in this cult. I did see her. Well, I had seen her shoes on gravel. You know, she's looking down at her shoes. She's being pushed. She's looking down at light colored gravel, and then I see the pit where her body was burned, and I see that. I understand where the gravel was then. She passed from shock, she told me. Thank goodness. So she's saying, you know, she didn't feel all of it. She went into shock. But it's just a terrible story. But yet, it was worse. What was worse about it is the things she was hearing, that she's a zombie. That, you know, they believed that she was possessed, and there's nothing she could do to stop that. There's nothing she could do to convince them. That was the worst thing. I saw sort of incantation, a prayer. They thought it was a prayer. The man who killed her thought it was a prayer as he was killing her to release her soul. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is investigations are halfway to completion. She just wants people keeping the pressure on, keep looking. And I think strength, she has divine protection and strength. She's saying she's an eternal being. She's fine. She's saying the infinity symbol above, I'm an eternal being. I am protected. You know, my body was not, but my soul is forever. But when I was reading before, I got the impression that there was another murder within this cult. There was a spouse of a member who did not believe in any of this stuff, who was very concerned about his wife in the cult, and they eliminated him. So there's yet another murder to be uncovered. And it was very similar, where there was another person within the cult that she was supposed to be with, and all of that. So I think that's why Tylee would like it to continue to be investigated. Anything about that, Tylee? Let's see. We've got, okay, so Lori Vallow in jail knows a heck of a lot more than what she's saying. She is keeping tight-lipped, but she could tell you a lot. She knows everything. In other words, she's not a victim here. She knows everything. Ace of Swords, right? There's information that is wanting to come out, that we need to have come out. And Spirit is trying to help it come out. And then again, the 7, there's somebody not safe. See, Tylee is worried about this, I believe, because, yeah, this doomsday cult, there's still people who believe that people can be zombies. There's still, oh my gosh, there's still someone who's in communication with Chad Daybell that should not be in communication with him. Because they could speak in code. They still believe the world's going to end soon. Lori Vallow thought that this was how she would save her children. She had to separate them from their bodies before the world ended. Yeah, we're going to learn a lot more about it in the press with that Queen of Swords, boy. Yeah, and again, because Spirit has a lot of messages. The things we learn about, it will be largely because Tylee and others are trying to get the word out. Because it's a safety issue and justice. There's a desire to see justice as well. There's a desire to see justice. Yes. And then we have the death card on the bottom of the deck. I don't know if any of you all saw that. There's another death out there. There's another death out there. The death is hanging over. Ooh, there's something in the plan too. I feel like there may be suicides or people talking about suicide. Interesting. Okay, so this is it's very much an unsettled situation. It's not over. All right, anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Nine of Cups. So there's somebody who wants his wish. I feel like this is Chad Daybell. He has his wish. He wants his wish. He feels like he's still the head of this group. Yes, ushering in the 144,000 whatever and whatever. The 5 of Cups, this is a disappointment that he's in prison, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes still. Okay. All right. Is there anything? She wants their social media, all of those church members, the cult members, she wants their phones checked. She wants their social media checked. Because there are people in danger still, and there was a death that is related to this. tried to connect with her uncle, Alex, who was very instrumental in all of this, but he was a true believer, and I see him pretty lost over there. He's not in the full light. We have the Wheel of Fortune. It's a new era for that group. Okay, good. Okay, what I'm seeing here is there is a new investigation. I don't know if it's been now. They're really digging into it with the FBI. There's a new case here. Somebody, a man, is really purposeful in going to get the job done, taking it, and there are also employees in that organization really investigating this. So that's good. But yes, she's saying it needs to be investigated. So I thought I would do this video because after I got done reading with this patron, I realized Tylee wants information out there. So let's do it. Yeah. It was a difficult time though for her, because for months now she'd been really worried about this whole thing. She just couldn't imagine that they would go that far. And JJ is with her. I've gotten that. He's with her. It's funny, the first time I read on this, very first time, before they were discovered and all of that, and they were just missing, I got that JJ was with her, and I couldn't figure out, okay, does that mean that she's got him somewhere and they're alive? And no, then I was like, no, they're gone. They're on the other side together. But I got recent sort of confirmation that yes, he's with her. Yeah, there's much we will learn yet about this. And we have the Knight of Wands. See, the investigation's only halfway through. But you know what? There may be somebody kind of trying to hold it up for some reason, too. Well, of course, the attorneys for Chad Daybell and all of that, you know. But Spirit will not give up. There's a message. So anybody with mediumship abilities may be hearing about this. Who knows? Because there's a safety issue here. All right. Well, I thank you, Tylee. And I thank you to all those on the other side who are very concerned for these people. I ask you to keep helping them. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.